long since I made a video about Mr. Titus Morris, somebody who gained a lot of popularity, although he was already on YouTube for several years beforehand, after he was featured on Peter Santenello's channel a few times. I don't know why I can't tag people when I initially make the live. If anybody could clue me in on that, that'd be nice. But basically, Titus Morris is a Kentucky resident who is not allowed around his own wife's children. At least last I heard. I have no idea the results of the results of their divorce, her divorce and custody, but he's not allowed around her children because it came out. He testified in a court of law that he committed bestiality for 10 years of his life into his adulthood, and he was inappropriate around children on several occasions, including disrobing, pulling out his genitals in front of a 12-year-old child to attempt a circumcision on his own body. And that resulted in him having to go to the hospital. There are records of this. I mean, he had to go to the hospital. For some reason, the state of Kentucky did nothing about those incidents when they happened. And they did seem to take action when it came to custody of his current wife's children. He is not allowed around his wife's children. And I say all of this because thanks to Peter Santenello for the most part, they still get a lot of viewership. They still get a lot of people who I think it's only right for them to know Titus's past. And I think it's only right if Peter Santenello is going to platform such a person that he should make it clear what we now know about this person because it's like that he's charming people by like he's not identityless first of all. It's like a complete lie. He's gotten married. He has identification. He couldn't have gotten married at a courthouse. He wouldn't have a legit legal marriage if he didn't have identification. And in Peter's video, it's like this off-grid, man without an identity. And you might think that that's no big deal, but it's all like so skeevy, in my opinion, that this is like how they are gaining a lot of money. And, they can do whatever they want to try to make money. But if you're going to be under the guise of trying to lead people spiritually and be a mouthpiece for God and start your own congregation at that, I am not. Hey, Mr. Carey, how are you today? I hope you're doing a little better. How are you? I am not religious myself. I do lean towards Christianity and the Bible. I think that there's a lot of undeniable truths in the Bible, but I just don't consider myself Christian. But from what I gather, what a false prophet is everything that Titus Morris is, in my opinion. And please don't send any hate towards anybody you mentioned. This is purely for awareness because there's still so many people that are under the impression that this man lives off grid with no identity, gives it all up to God and lives completely off the land. Meanwhile, he has a past that has made it so he's not allowed around his wife's children. That's why they used to have the children featured quite heavily on the channel, which is something I severely disagree with. I don't think it's right to put your children, to monetize your children's. We all know the kind of people that are on the internet, and like I don't think any good parent would showcase their children. I understand sometimes you're not going to like hide them all the time. Like it's hard to, but anyways, they won't take those videos down after they weren't ordered to, obviously, or they probably would have. But those videos are still up. Some other Henson Creek I saw recently, like a month ago, was uploading videos with the girls, and it just makes me sick to my stomach that like, why? What is the point of uploading these videos of children that can't consent? Like in my opinion, you can't really consent until you're old enough. They're on the internet forever. And it's really weird to me that somebody outside of Titus and Stephanie that's what it seemed to be. Maybe I'm wrong, but like that he would be uploading videos, but that's exactly why you keep your kids off of the internet. So weirdos don't go and upload videos about them later for even more weirdos to make fodder out of. And that but the whole point is Titus is a sexual deviant, in my opinion. And I think that would be anybody's opinion if you're gonna use the "he said he was sorry" or whatever, like, you are allowed to think that. I don't think he should be allowed to freely invite people to his congregation when meanwhile, thank you, Mr. Carey. Hi, Ina, if you're still here, how are you? Hi, Kura8, how are you? Hi, Karan. I don't know what WSG means. Can somebody tell me what that means? So I just like it's been a while since I made this video and I'm going to do a members only live here in about an hour, but I had the chance to get on live and I was like, I really need to make another video like this because and it's everybody's right. We live in America. You can go help Titus build his He's utility-less church. I'm sorry, but, like, anybody that does know anything about construction should tell him how, like, he is devaluing that building so incredibly much. It's just and they're not showing the inside of it, which I thought was interesting. Somebody pointed that out to me. I'm not gonna say your name in case you didn't want me to say that you said that, but, like, it wasn't me coming up with that. I just want everybody to know. Somebody pointed that out to me, like, they're showing the outside, but what about why not show the inside at all? Clearly, so if you are unaware, I doubt you probably stayed through me rambling for 5 minutes, but if you are a fan of Titus and you didn't know, they raised over $350,000 in total between GoFundMe's for him and his wife. Granted, a few of those GoFundMe's were for attorney's fees. They weren't necessarily for the House of Prayer, but still, they raised a good $250,000 to complete a church. And people thought if they donated to Titus, like he wouldn't do what he has done and overspend, overplan, overspend. A lot of people do that. It's really easy to spend more than you budget when it comes to construction. It really is. I'll be fair with that. But when you're like literally walking around barefoot, swinging from trees like a monkey, people think that you're going to take that money and you're going to be more humble with it, and you're not going to do what a lot of other people do and let it go to your head and think you and now you deserve a palatial home slash building to live in because people decided to support you. And I think somebody that was a true leader of Jesus's word would take that money, build a quaint little church, and help people with most of the money. They would have never ran out of money because you would have seen the fruits of their labor. They would have been like helping people so much that that would like create the synergistic effect where people just want to keep paying into their system where they're like helping them help people. But instead, you just kind of fizzled out a lot quicker than maybe I'm not God, I don't know for sure, but I think that they were expecting like for the money to keep rolling in, which like if any of you are ever lucky enough to come up and come into money like that, like don't do that. Like even a job isn't guaranteed, like a nice job that you work really hard for, go to school for, nothing is guaranteed. Especially fundraiser money. Oh my, that's like the least guaranteed form of income. They should have taken everything paid out of pocket. They should have planned it so it's like this is the building, it's $100,000. This is what it's gonna, the shell or whatever. This is what it's gonna cost to finish it. There should have never been a question and yeah, Stephanie planned it. As a woman, I'll say it like it doesn't surprise me that a woman like planned this huge palatial. How big is their congregation? I think it fits on a porch right now, like a porch or a single wide. And you're gonna, um, I'm sorry if I'm turning anybody off being I can't help but like I'm trying to be really fair and think like put myself in other people's shoes that have just found them because I do see it. I see the comments on Peter Santenello's. I see the comment, other grown men who want to support Titus so incredibly badly. I have no idea why you want to support some all the billions of people on the planet that you could be taking your time and energy to support, but you want to support somebody who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, in my opinion. He's so conceited and just self-absorbed, and somebody that raped horses for 10 years of his life and was also indecent around children. Hey, Dory, I'm glad to see you in here. I just felt compelled to make this video. I'm not doing, I just wanted to make like a PSA of sorts because I should be doing it maybe on a like once a month basis. I'm not sure. But I've also had people in the past few weeks like low key threaten me, telling me I need to stop making Titus content, even though they claim that they are also in the camp of wanting to spread awareness for innocent beings and children to animals to know what is going on and why. I mean, I just think people deserve to know. Like anybody else starting any other kind of church that had a background like that, like people would feel the same way about it. It's not like me, like it's the I just have a big enough mouth that I do feel very compelled to keep talking about it. And I feel like my videos, since they already have gotten views, might get more views, even though the tags don't work when I initially go live, like, and I just really hope that they pop up after Peter Santenello's video when people see and like they will feel possibly the disappointment that I felt and a lot of people felt when they found out the truth. And it was like, this man is not who he said he was at all. And yes, we all have a past. That is true. But, like, for somebody with a past like that to start his own congregation with nobody above him, no checks and balances at all, it's like it's a recipe for disaster in my opinion, and people need to know about it, especially before they take their time. So I'm gonna say this, Aaron Atz emailed me, I did not email him back. I don't want anything to do with Aaron, and I am never going to email him back. But he sent me something. By the way, I don't click on links, Aaron. I don't click on any links in my email from you. I know what it was though, because I had already seen it. It was somebody else who is traveling to help Titus. And I have no idea if this man knows whether or not, he seemed like he was solo. He seemed like he could take care of himself in any situation. So, like, I don't feel compelled to go tell every single person that talks about Titus. I really do have more the mindset like it will find who it's meant to find, just as I found the court footage videos when it was only uploaded on here for a matter of weeks. And I happened to find it and see it for myself and just be so shocked. And it was a huge learning lesson that you cannot pedestalize, you cannot idolize anybody. We are all sinners, as Christians would call it. We all falter. And it's another reason why you probably shouldn't like depend on anybody to be your um, one and only spiritual mentor and guide, right? Um, Hi, Linda. How are you doing? Oh, content polar bear. Thank you. Hey, shot to the T. How are you? Sorry, shot to the T. This is going to be short, and then I don't know if you remember, but I am doing a members only live after this. I was going to do the members only live, and then I was like, gosh, I always say it's going to be around 9 o'clock, so I thought it was really early to do it around 7. And this is something that, like, I do talk about it less and less because I don't want my content. I never wanted my content to be nothing but Titus, but it does seem like I'm the only person, in my opinion, that makes recent. Now, I did find another channel that made like a really good documentary style video, and I didn't even bother posting that to my page, I don't know why. It was a good video. It was going into like possibly Titus being a Freemason. Like the evidence there is to that. Like the names of his horses are like steadfast and what was it? It's like Freemason terms. I'm not saying I believe that, but he was carrying around a Bible with a pentagram on it. That's real life. He had a Bible with a pentagram on it, and he just covered it up with some cardboard from a cereal box and thought that that would be okay. I have no idea on God's green earth how somebody that dresses like an Amish person, no offense to Amish people, she dresses so conservatively, you could mistake him for an Amish man. That like how he could walk around with a Bible with a pentagram on it and not know that's not what he should be doing. And yeah, I just wanted because there's a few other channels, yeah, they put out content, but a lot of it, like if I was to find Titus on Peter Santenello for the first time and then stumble upon their content, I don't think I would know what's going on. No offense. Or yeah, maybe I should like I don't care if they take offense to that because I've said this before. It's like saturating the water with this muddy way. Like people are gonna think that you are a hater for like no good reason because you're never talking about the bestiality and the inappropriate things around children. And that is what is so important is it's just today, this world, man. I just can't help like I'm not saying this about anybody in particular. It's just like I wonder who associates with a man like that romantically. Like there's been so many cases. There was this horrible case recently where this girl, I believe she was 12 years old, was raped at a sleepover by the child's mom's boyfriend. And the child's mom, whose house they were at, she basically like um made it that oh gosh, made it happen, and she was excited for her boyfriend to be taking advantage of this young girl. There's so many cases like that, where women are a part of it, and it's like it's so evil and hard for a lot of us to comprehend because we just aren't built like that in not one cell of our bodies. But it's like and if anybody knows somebody did that and they still associate with him, I don't care what the excuse is. I'm looking at everybody that associates with him side-eyed, not just anybody that like goes there. I'm talking about, the people who are Titus needs to be exposed. Sandman, I somebody needs to make like a good documentary style. I have so many good clips that would paint the picture like through a timeline. And it's just like I don't want to take the hours upon hours it would take to edit that to have it be copyrighted and taken down because I just know that it would because that's how unfair these people are. Okay, grower. Oh, okay, grower. I hope you're still in here. Okay, you just commented. So let me go over the story and then we can talk about some other stuff maybe, and I'll hop off of here to do the members only live. Titus Morris had a YouTube channel showing how he lived off grid, basically like an Amish person, but he's not Amish, but he would till his fields with horses and everything, have no electricity. And then Peter Santenello, a big YouTuber, went and visited him. His most viewed video is a video with Titus Morris. He lives in Liberty, Kentucky. That's also in South Central Kentucky. And so he gained popularity, quickly, to the point where he gained a few $100,000 through GoFundMe because people adored him so much. He was a street preacher of sorts. He would go on little like road trips. Sometimes he would, what is it called? I'm so sorry, guys. Hitchhike and then go to Nashville, Tennessee, and places like that, and try to bring God's word to people, as they say. So he gained a lot of popularity, as so many people do. In my opinion, wasted the money. He did start to build this church, but in the meantime, what started as a platonic friend ended up being his wife. This is so I know this is so hard to follow along. And the whole time, for like a year and a half, maybe two, they were telling their YouTube audience they were strictly platonic. She filed for divorce from her husband. Were always questioning, and they're like, "No, there's absolutely nothing going on." But and then 2 or 3 months after her divorce was final, they got together. And amidst the divorce proceedings, Titus admitted in a court of law that he committed bestiality for 10 years. It did start as a child, but it was into his adulthood, and he was also indecent around children on a few occasions. He skinny dipped with children, and then he attempted a circumcision on himself while a 12-year-old boy was present, and that 12-year-old boy was supposed to be his assistant. Titus had to go to the hospital that night because the bleeding was so bad. So this is well documented that this happened. The boy's parents didn't want to press charges. I have no idea why the state of Kentucky didn't want to press charges, why the state of Kentucky and I don't know if they like bestiality was only recently in time made illegal officially here, unfortunately. So during the divorce proceedings, he was ordered to not, he was not allowed around the three children his wife has with her ex-husband. And that is what I say every few weeks or months. I promise I don't make a lot of content about it. And with it comes a lot of drama. But my motivation is I want to help warn people, like innocent beings, kids and animals shouldn't be around him at all, in my opinion. He should have, okay, Crowler. Well, I got a lot of subscribers talking about this. So every once in a while, I'm going to talk about it. I'm sorry if that acid burn 1 month. Oh, nobody's ever done the 1 month thing like that before. That's so neat to see on my channel. Thanks, acid burn. We can talk about something else though, because hey, Pyramid 7, how are you? The whole reason I like to say in the first few minutes, I'm always like in the first 30 seconds, like this is Titus's background. And like this is because he's still getting tens of millions of views on Peter Santenello's channel. And when I make a video, it will show up next. And I've had plenty of people on my other Titus videos be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I found this because I, was like falling in love with him like so many people do, because he seems like so out of this world in a like wholesome kind of way. And yes, like once again, we are all allowed to have our past, but I think like very few people can say they were that indecent around children as an adult. Oh, I can't follow you to members only because I have no membership. Just giving you a heads up, Mr. Carey. That's fine. Wonder how I could give you one. If I don't know if I can gift hello to everybody that said hello. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? Chris, who ended up being his wife, it might have been my friend. I don't want to say her name, but she got divorced from a guy after a short marriage. Their marriage wasn't that short, Chris. Her name is Stephanie. It was Stephanie Kane, and she puts that all out there. They were like very out there with their name, address, everything, every piece of personal information. But their divorce was recently finalized, and I'm curious about the results too. But I'm not going to go to the courthouse there. Acid burn, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Oh, thank you. Some content creators get 10 free memberships a month. Okay, Mr. Carey. I don't. If I do, I am unaware of that, and I would like to know. Um, okay. I am so wary to like press buttons. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to figure any. I don't see anything on my screen right now, but Acid Burn Yikes, 10 gifted memberships, you rock. Yes, Mr. Carey is right. And I know I need to start reading from my she book again. I've been like So we have a birthday boy in our house coming up. So for my members only live stream, I might because the go-kart wasn't loud. I had this video I uploaded. It's a shorts now. I was I was alive, and then I realized technically you're not supposed to like drive a vehicle while you're live. And I didn't want somebody, especially from Titus Morris's camp, to like report my live because I wasn't supposed to be going live like that. Or it might be like only reading from the live chat. I don't know what the current rules are, but I'd like to not be doing a live, like, driving any kind of vehicle, so, um, that wasn't this my earbud seemed to block out the noise of the motor from that really loud go-kart, and I think if I use my balloon I have, like, this machine that blows up balloons, I could blow up some balloons. I know that kinda sounds boring, but it will be fun, I promise. Um Okay, grower got one. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. Hey, Zeus. Hey, how are you tonight? Hey, Zeus. How is your week starting off? My friend JD Carpenter got a membership. Thank you, Acid Burn. Oh, so you didn't get, hold on. You didn't get one yet, though, Mr. Carey? Maybe next time. Bruce, where did that guy get all that land? Bruce, well, his parents owned some and had a chunk of money to give him to get some. Land is very cheap in Liberty, Kentucky. I mean, land prices have gotten more expensive everywhere, right? But Liberty, Kentucky is the kind of place where not okay, it might be wooded. It's probably going to be mostly a hill, a mountain slope, but it'll be like 1,500, $2,000 an acre sometimes. Of course, like the more cleared it is, it's more upwards of like 4,000 an acre, but I mean, Atlanta, Kentucky is so cheap, compared to the rest. Dismissive eyes, that's a first. I've never heard that before. I got stuff to dress up for Halloween, you guys, and I'm excited. But I couldn't oh my gosh, the outfits were so ridiculous. Every single outfit was like 50 or $60. Cheapo stuff at Spirit Halloween. My wife is going to sleep. She said, "Good night, lady." Oh, good night, Mr. Carey's wife. I know I should know her first name by now. I'm so sorry. Tell me her first name. I want to, now that I feel really ashamed, I think I'll remember it. I should know her name. Um, when I haven't talked to somebody, it's harder for me to remember their name, like personally face to face. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm excited about Halloween. I haven't dressed up. I never dressed up with my kids. Like I just don't do that. I've came close to doing it a few times. So that's another reason why YouTube is so fun. It helps me like break out of my shell and do stuff I wouldn't normally do. But I'm still working on my edited videos. I still am going to get my edited videos out. No, bit by bit. I'm not crying. If my eyes are bloodshot, it's because I have like 6-month-old contacts and I need to order more contact lenses. But yeah, when I do the members only live, I think I'm gonna be drinking something other than water if you catch my drift. But I don't wanna annoy anybody, people think that I'm, like, just gonna be unserious for every single live and be goofy and talk about nothing. My goal is to it's unfortunate, like, the only internet available around us is, like, not great for streaming, and when we looked into what is Elon Musk's Skynet, something like that, the, satellite internet service, they said we weren't eligible for it, but, like, there's people we know around us that have gotten it. What's up with that? Maybe they just don't wanna give it to me because I'm a conspiracy realist. No, it's not moonshine, Chris. Oh my gosh, I would be dying. I can't handle liquor the way I used to. I used to prefer to, like, take shots of tequila or rum, but I can't. I could never. I'm so old now. Starlink, Sylvia said. Yes, thank you. That's it, Starlink. What did I say? Sky. Yeah, I mean, maybe we could try again. I don't think we have the money for that right now. It's like several $100s. It's like when we first got our chunk of land. So yeah, we own 23 acres because we sold a house in Indiana and we're just mostly one income. Maybe I should say like one and a half because I work a lot of like part-time jobs, seasonal jobs. I had an at-home business for about 6 years, but basically, my husband was driving a forklift when we bought our house. Like this was 10 years ago though, so I get it. That's like not as easy now, but we had a house that we sold and after owning it for 6 years, and then we bought some land and then we ran out of money ourselves. I'm not ashamed to say that. But we didn't fundraise hundreds of thousands of dollars from other people's hard-earned money to turn around and run out of it. And then keep asking for more. Just keep asking for more. I would get a job. if I was them, especially because they don't have that many bills really. Like between YouTube money and a steady income. Um, and I don't know about the court. It's really none of my business, but I don't know if that would look better upon them. Surely it would, in my opinion, if one or both of them were employed. And she is with child now too. So this woman is bringing a child into this situation. Um, it's really sad. Elon Musk paid 40 billion one year, I know, and 50 million came in illegally to America, Acid Burn said. Thank you for posting that, Mr. Carey. Yeah, I think Elon Musk is Starling and we had it, but it wasn't wonderful. Oh, yeah, you had a Starling, Emma? I quit drinking 1 year sober. Oh, good for you, Sylvia. I I should have acknowledged that. What about sober people? Well, like, so, you can't show it or anything on stream. I'll just stop talking about it. Sylvia, you're welcome, Mr. Carey said. Oh, you said thank you, Mister. That's nice. Yes, I've been telling myself I'm still not completely healed from my hysterectomy and like I might even have to like be put to sleep and have something else done if I don't heal soon. So I keep telling myself I'm going to like eat as good as possible and all that jazz. Like give myself every chance at healing, right? But it's easier said than done. But yeah, so I did my little PSA. This is about YouTuber Titus Morris. I'd really like to, like, I know Peter Santenello probably isn't seeing this, especially since my tags don't show up, but I'd really like to make it a point to like, Peter Santenello is platforming somebody. He took off his merch. He saw what Titus admitted to, and he had him on t shirts. So he took him off those t shirts, but he won't take him off his channel because, like, it's like blood money, in my opinion. I couldn't have somebody platform like that. And this is another question I have. Like, I thought once somebody is banned from YouTube, they're not allowed on YouTube at all, even reaction channels, because people that react to Nick Fuentes, couldn't they get their channel taken down? Or am I wrong? Because I thought that, like, since Nick Fuentes is banned from YouTube itself, he isn't allowed in any way, shape, or form on YouTube. Can anybody answer me that before we hop off of here? How long ago was a hysterectomy, Oki? It was April 23rd, so I should be healed by now. I'm and, like, in general, I do heal well, but, like, the older I get, I definitely have, immune issues. That's why I couldn't beat the high-risk HPV, the reason I got the hysterectomy, so I don't talk about it a lot on my channel, but at the same time, I think it is important for women to normalize what a lot of women go through. It's like the second most common surgical procedure, I believe. Maybe that's in women, but still, it is brutal, you guys. Like I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Hey Gary, how are you? I'm doing good. I think women make everything look too easy because it is our bodies are designed for it, right? Like for birth, just not even for just for having a period, a cycle that makes an organ bleed for 15% of your adult life. Like our bodies are built for that. Ideally, if everything was balanced in our environments, it wouldn't be painful. And I had years of my life where I maybe, yeah, several months at a time where like my periods weren't painful. I went through absolute hell with painful periods for years. Is had PCOS, diagnosed at 16, told me I would grow out of it. I never grew out of it. And I'm not a typical PCOS, like just looking at me, I guess. And like doctors will literally deny, like, you don't have it. Like, yes, I do. And then they give me the ultrasound and see my ovaries. And like one doctor, she goes, you don't have PCOS, you just have polycystic ovaries. Okay. So that's the shit you have to deal with when you're a woman. Oh my gosh, Diary of a CEO about 4 days ago had a panel of female doctors talking about female health. I say best thing ever. I haven't finished it. It's like it's hard to finish them. If you have any health issues at all, or any women that do, I highly recommend watching that. Gary, how are you doing? Can I ask you, as you cut from hip to hip, like my wife was no depression talks. Fortunately, I was not, and God bless her. I can't imagine. Oh my God, seriously, I want to cry thinking about that. I had like 5 incisions that were like not even an inch long. I couldn't imagine that was enough. And when women have to go through Yeah, mine was pretty simple, and I had, like, the Da Vinci robot, and, like, I was really fortunate. She, like, used the, like, fanciest robot on me that's supposed to cut down on bleeding and healing and everything, and they use this machine to suck gas out of me, which not every woman gets because they blow gas in your abdomen to give more room for everything. And so many women in the hysterectomy forums, like, they complain about the gas pain was the worst part when they woke up. It's so horrible, and if you feel it up rise up in your chest, and it's like bad pain in your shoulders. Like, why they can just suck it back out of you. Like, why do they do this to women? And I know there's men that get the gas probably for surgery sometimes too. But yes, I am barren now, Cirrus. I'm sorry to laugh at that. And even though I was done having kids, like I knew I was done, it still was this weird processing where it did break my heart. It was like to make it so final. And hi, depression talks. How are you doing? Oh, I feel so bad for your wife. Agreed, periods can be brutal. Yes, Emma, and progesterone cream derived from yams helped me a lot. I just got estrogen cream derived from yams, which I'm like slightly nervous about, because you don't want to mess around with estrogen. I'm not giving any medical advice or anything at all. I just like I have certain symptoms. I feel like mine might be low. I have my ovaries, but it's gonna still mess with your hormones, like having your ovaries cut on. Um, that's the same pros in polycystic ovaries. I know. It's like PCO. Yeah, yeah, I know what you meant. Hey, Fishing Queen, how are you feeling? Are you tired? I'm fine. I was just, somebody said their wife had to get cut from hip to hip for a hysterectomy. It made me want to cry. It made me get teary-eyed. The things women go through. That's why I say, like, I gave birth naturally, but I don't think that that's like the ultimate way to give. Like, what is the ultimate way? It's all brutal, but like, I don't think, I think women that have to get C-sections really go through the most. And like, as far as birth, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say about that? Like, I'm sorry for what you ladies have to go through, Gary said. Depression talks that causes pain in the shoulders. Thank you, Gary. Well, I was just talking about Titus Morris. You know all about him. I wanted to do a little PSA because it's been a while since I have done that. And there's like so many other people making these like funny little AI type videos that don't talk about how Titus Morris has 10 years history of bestiality and was indecent in front of children several times, several occasions, several children, at least two children, right? But anyways, the judge in court said she wouldn't trust Titus around her dog. And that's why he isn't allowed around his wife's children. Oh, Mr. Carey had your gallbladder out in 2008. Was that hard on you? I've known a few people that got their gallbladder removed all pretty young. Emma, my mom just recently got her appendix removed and the gas was horrible and she's still in so much pain. There is I don't know if you know the like what is the active ingredient in gas drops? Simethicone. There is I don't know if you guys can order it, but I got this stuff called Wonder Belly on the internet just in case because I heard about gas pain so much, and it's basically the thing they use the most, they use in infants, and it does help, and it's like a tablet you chew. Small incisions, one above my belly button. Yeah, I bet you probably felt better after, right, Mr. Carey? But any organ removed is gallbladder removal considered a major surgery? Dory is still in here. When I had my last period at 53, it what, Dory? Are you saying it was bad? Mr. Carey, I had mine removed 7 weeks ago. Oh, depression talks. How are you doing? I hope you're feeling better. Acid burn. I can't send money. It has something to do with my bank. How long are you going to be on tonight? Acid burn. Well, this isn't monetized because I don't think I enabled monetization, but I still think you can super chat. I don't know. But if you're talking about something on your end, I am going to go and I'm going to hop back on here around 8:30 for a members only live. And now that I have so many members, thanks to you, I'm more excited about it. But it's nice because it's still like cozy, in most of my lives, I usually get around 20, 30 people at a time, I would say. I don't know. I was so surprised Friday to have like 130 people on a Friday morning. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. That's good depression talks. And the body is amazing, and I always try to remind myself of, like, especially neuroplasticity in the brain, like, we are so amazing the way our bodies can heal and work around things. Mr. Carey's wife had 3 C-sections. Mr. Carey, I missed her name. I'm sorry, I feel so will you tell me her name again, Mr. Carey? Tell me your wife's name, I won't forget it this time. And, like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. The things my brain, like, remembers and the things it doesn't, it kind of worries me. I tore mega needed over 50 stitches from childbirth. I didn't feel it though. Oh my, Sylvia, that sounds horrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got a third degree episiotomy with my first. It was horrible. They didn't give me stool softeners, sent me on my way. Like, I swear that doctor did that on purpose. I swear that doctor did that on purpose because I was a 19-year-old girl. I really liked the doctor that was my doctor, but he was with another woman. So I had another guy from the practice who was such a jerk. He shook my hand right after and like grabbed it hard, the hand with the IV in it, and he like grabbed the needle and squeezed my hand. I'm I don't care what I say. On the Diary of CEO podcast, there one of the women was talking about how when she was in residency, after seeing a patient, the doctor, she was under in the residency was like, "That's a WW. Don't put it in the chart though, just so you know." She's like, "What does WW mean?" And he's like, "Whiny woman." There, we get a lot of them around that age, and we can't do much for them. And like she figured out that it's like regional. There's like a different term, like whiny woman, for each region. Mr. Carey, Jennifer. Oh gosh, I knew that. I knew that. I'm not gonna forget now. I won't. I definitely won't. I'm so mad at myself because I want to say good night, Jennifer, and I'm gonna say her name. I had four incisions, one upper abdomen just below my sternum and one just below my navel, then two on my left side. That sounds like a lot, depression talks. Trust me, I know how you feel. I am feeling it today. I have endometriosis and PCOS. Oh, well, that progesterone helped me so much. I think I might have been developing endometriosis, and that really did save me. Dory, there was still a sadness to stopping menstruating, knowing I lost the ability to give life, and I looked at my husband who still could. Men don't understand. Dory, have you heard that recently they figured out that it's actually the male sperm that causes the most like genetic defects as they age? That women's eggs, we just have fewer eggs and we ovulate less often, right? But the eggs we do have maintain their quality pretty much throughout our lifetime or throughout when we're shedding them. And it's men who, after the age of 30, especially after the age of 40, I believe, their sperm greatly is there's and like all along women have been, the ones who took on so much of the blame and were blamed for so much. But really, and the thing about and men are the who choose, you know what I mean. Men's sperm is what chooses if it's a boy or girl, and that was like blamed on women for centuries. Like if they didn't have the boy that the guy wanted as his heir. And like it's just really interesting to think about. You did hear about that, Dory? And I I think it's great to kinda turn the tail on that, there's so much of that rhetoric where it's these guys telling guys to just sow their wild oats, sleep with at least 50 women, and then when you're 35 years old, start looking for your wife, and it's okay because you can have babies for the rest of your life as long as she's younger, and, um, yeah, but, I mean, people that should listen probably won't. Cool, that's good, I have to avoid fatty foods now, that sucks, depression talks, and, like, fried food, right? Fried fatty stuff. Do you live near that, Titus? Bruce, I live about an hour away, Bruce. I don't say exactly where I live, but I say South Central Kentucky. Depression is got type 2 diabetes. I have to watch my show. Oh, you have type 2. I did not know that about you, Mr. Carey. I'm sorry to hear that. I know this might be an ignorant question. Do you have to take insulin every day? And is that an automatic thing if somebody says they have type 2 diabetes, they'd have to take insulin every day? It was a false positive. Oh, that happens, Fishing Queen. I didn't wanna say anything, but I thought that was kind of soon, but, from the time you said you were bleeding. Upgraded membership to Bluegrass Homesteaders. Oh, Acid Burn, you're so sweet, thank you. I got my period today, so it was sad and heartbreaking, but he will try again. Oh, I just read that. I'm sorry, Fishing Queen. I know the feeling, but you're 28, right? 26, 28. You'll be fine. It'll look at it if you were if your body is very smart, you know what I mean? It'll all happen when it's supposed to. Hey Tim, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing well. I'm getting ready to go on a members only live here at like 8:30. I would be real upset if I had to avoid sugar. I'm crazy. Oh my gosh, depression talks. I have a bad sweet tooth too. It's a problem. I got coconut sugar to put in my coffee because it's low glycemic, but I still like I had a ice cream bar before I got on here. Um, Men's egos are very fragile, Dory said. Yes, a lot of them. Yes, a lot, most or a lot for sure. Cake and sweets, depression toxin. I always like my sweet and a salty snack and then a sweet snack. I have to do that. I have to have like my cheese and crackers or like chips and then my sweet snack. Oh no. I had a horrible nurse at my first childbirth. She sent my family home during labor and told me I would deliver 2 hours later. I went into hard labor. She said, "Where's your family now?" Oh, I'm so sorry, Sylvia. Did they get to make it in time? That's horrible. How awful. I know. What is up with delivery nurses, labor and delivery nurses? They are either like literal saints, right? Like they're saints, or they're the opposite. Like, why do you do this job if you hate women and babies so much? Gosh. One of my good friends from high school went into that, and I'm sure she's one of those good ones. I mean, I'm sure, I know she is. I know she's not one of those mean ones. I have a hemp tattoo on my back. And when I was getting my epidural the first time, the guy like laughed at it. But yeah, no, it was the second time. The nurse in the room that saw it treated me differently the rest of the time. And it was like, it's hemp, it, and it does look a lot. It was a flowering hemp plant. So if you know enough, but I know most people don't know enough what it looks like, I guess. Metformin, Mr. Carey. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So that's to help regulate blood sugar, right? Am I being too personal and nosy? But does that mean that so is your diabetes not bad enough yet to need insulin, or am I completely wrong to say that? Acid Burn Nice, thank you for supporting the channel with gifting memberships. Yes, 10 more. Oh, 5 more. Thank you so much, Acid Burn. You seriously like doubled my memberships in the last week or so. I really appreciate it. Oh, Fishing Queen, you know what I'm gonna say? Have you tried stevia? Yes, Sylvia. And I've even grown the stevia plants one year. I have some dried stevia and I prefer the leaves. That weird aftertaste, the kind of like bitter, you guys know what I'm talking about if you ever had stevia. The plant is so much better with that. And I almost think like it's so much more natural. Like I don't know how I'd bake with it. I don't know if you powdered it up if it would somehow do that, but like I would put it in tea and it was so good. Definitely. Boston, George said, "Thank you, Acid Burn." Depression talks. I'm the same. Cheese and crackers are amazing. I don't like sweet food with savory. A main meal shouldn't be sweet. LOL. Oh, see, oh, depression. I must have a bigger sweet tooth than you do because I want sweet even in my main meals. I like maple glazed chicken, like brown sugar salmon. I know it's bad. It's good. I wanna get some more, Sylvia said. Yeah, good. I'm glad you like it. I had a problem with, like, using too much, and you know how much to use, I think it's good too. Definitely a good alternative. I'm just, like, I'm so hooked to I'm wearing a Hot Cheeto shirt, like, I really rarely eat them now, but I used to eat Hot Cheetos, like, almost every day. I was addicted to some processed foods, and I know most of us are, right? For a few years, I went through an obsession with, like, sparkling water, like, I had to have lemon or lime. I know it sounds so dumb. Now that I think about it, and it was Perrier, like, the most expensive kind of sparkling. Could never do that now with how expensive groceries are. Somebody earlier asked if that was moonshine, that's so funny to me. Now I'm gonna think that every time I drink from the jar. "We don't have any more, my husband accidentally threw it out the morning he was cleaning." Aw, Fishing Queen, that sucks. I wish I could give you some. Hi, Shiloh, how are you doing? I think I'm going to get off of here. I will be on by 8:30. It might be like more around 8:15. I don't know. I want to make sure that my kid's in bed. I think I hear his sound machine. But yeah, I have a birthday boy. I'm so excited. We're gonna have a fun live. We're gonna talk about, well, you're a member Fishing Queen. If you, I hope you are, and you can get your mind off of it. Hey Jerry, how are you? I'm getting off of here. This prideful dude removed me from his live stream because I just said I'm African American. Oh well, that's stupid, Shiloh. I'm sorry to hear that. I would never remove somebody for saying that. I staunchly against anybody that looks down on anybody because of the differences in the color of their skins around here. White lightning, acid burn said. Did you guys see my shorts? I was really proud of a few shorts I made. Or I'm going to, I stopped myself. I'm going to have more tomorrow. That arcade at Cart Country is absolutely huge. I know there's probably a lot of arcades that are that big, but I'm going to like walk around and show you the pinball vintage. That was like one 40th of the arcade, like something I'm not exaggerating. There's like several huge rooms. Mr. Carey saw it. Yes, you commented. I appreciate that so much. And Dory commented. I appreciate you, Dory. You really do help my channel out when you comment on things. And Diamond. Jesus, Mr. Carey, the enemy is seed, oils, sugar, carbohydrates, sedentary lifestyle. Yes. Oh, Jesus. Yes. I use avocado oil and coconut oil. Although I've heard people say technically coconut is a seed. You know what I mean? Because I guess, but now we have bought vegetable oil and used it when we're getting ready to like fry a ton of stuff. It's like avocado oil costs so much. But the thing with avocado and coconut oil, and if you don't want it to taste like coconut, you can get refined coconut oil. It might be slightly different nutritionally, but it won't taste like coconut at all. A lot of people don't know that. And it has a higher cook point, temperature points. Basically, it takes longer to burn, and all these oils we use, like they have it, like it's rancid to begin with. Like the canola, especially, it's like bad to begin with, and then we're like burning it, frying with it. Oh, it's so horrible. Oh, well, Mr. Carey, I just read that already. I hope everybody has a good week. I am going to go live more. I promise. I'm going to show you guys some leaves. I have some plans for tomorrow. I have plans every day this week. But anyways, I love you all. Thank you for jumping in here. And if you're still in here, Okie, sorry for being a Debbie Downer. And sorry if I didn't catch anybody, but I hope to see you in about 20 minutes. Love you.